Elvis Presley has been beloved for so many decades, and recently we were reminded of how amazing he was in the Baz Luhrmann biopic by Austin Butler. Austin Butler won the Best Actor award at the Golden Globes back in January, and it was such a sweet moment because Lisa Marie and Priscilla Presley were both there, and they were so touched to be thanked by Austin, and also because Elvis was so lovingly portrayed in this movie, and Lisa Marie was able to see her father once again on the big screen. Tragedy struck just days later when Lisa Marie died from a sudden heart attack, and now the family is embroiled in sadness and tragedy once again. I have been an attorney in Hollywood for 15 years, and I started my channel because I wanted to show people that just because you're a celebrity or you're famous doesn't mean that your life is perfect or that you're just blessed with happiness. Actually, it's been the opposite. I have represented talent at the highest level, and I will tell you that the tragic stories that have surrounded the Presley family is very common in Hollywood. Now, after Lisa Marie's death, it was revealed that her daughter, Riley Keough, is the sole trustee of the trust, and Priscilla is now contesting that in court by stating that she was not given proper notice as the prior trustee that a change to the trust had been made. Now, I did some research into this, and it sounds like she might be right. In California, when you're amending a revocable trust, you do have to give the prior trustees proper notice. And like I said in so many of my other videos, in court, judges and juries will look at what are the facts surrounding each individual case. Was Priscilla given proper notice? And if not, there's a chance that she might be a co-trustee along with her granddaughter, Riley, who has served as a bridge between Lisa Marie and Priscilla because they have been estranged for some time now. In Probate Code section 15401, it states that you have to look at your trust document itself. The fallback provision in the same section requires that a settler of a California revocable trust wanting to amend or revoke their trust during their lifetime needs to do so in a separate written document. That written document needs to be created in the same manner as the original trust was executed. Here in California, that usually means in front of a notary. Priscilla is claiming that last step didn't happen. Now, it's interesting because one might ask, well, how much is this trust worth, right? Is it just hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that one might expect Elvis Presley's estate to be worth? And you would be only partly right, because the estate itself does still make hundreds of millions of dollars a year from merchandising, from licensing deals, from tours of Graceland. However, in 2005, Lisa Marie and her business partner sold off 85% of the Elvis Presley enterprises for roughly $97 million in cash, stock, and debt relief, funds that have been nearly depleted at this point. Still last year, before her death, Elvis's daughter drew an income of $1.25 million from the trust, which continues to be worth tens of millions of dollars, according to financial filings. The beneficiaries are now Riley and her two half-sisters. So a little background on Elvis's estate, right? When Elvis died unexpectedly in 1977, his estate was worth approximately $5 million at that time. His spending had drained his earnings, which had long been limited by his business arrangement with his longtime manager, Tom Parker. He received as much as half of King's income, including roughly half the $5.4 million fee that RCA Records paid in 1973 when Presley gave up future royalty rights from sales of recordings he had made, which included the majority of his hits. The money that remained was left in a trust, and after several family members died, Lisa Marie emerged as its sole beneficiary. Priscilla, who divorced Elvis just 4 years before his death, became a trustee and eventually engineered and overhauled the estate, turning it into a moneymaker in part by opening Graceland to the public in 1982. It was a painful but necessary tactic, like being robbed, Priscilla said later of watching strangers enter her home. The Los Angeles Times estimated in 1989 that the value of the estate had climbed to more than $75 million, and that Elvis Presley Enterprises was bringing in an estimated $15 million a year in gross income.
I can't even fathom that number.
The assets grew to more than $100 million by 2005, according to court documents. By that time, they had moved into a new vehicle, the Promenade Trust, established by Lisa Marie in 1993. She was its beneficiary.
My daughter owns all of that, just as she owns Graceland.
Lisa Marie, that's
Yes,
Lisa Marie.
Her mother and Barry Siegel, the family's business manager, served as its trustee. Then began what Lisa Marie's lawyers have called her 11-year odyssey to financial ruin. As time went on, Lisa Marie blamed Keough for allowing the purchase of different things like a $9 million home in England, and said that he had enriched himself with exorbitant fees and failed to alert her how dire the financial situation had become. By 2016, her lawsuit against Keough stated that she was left with $14,000 in cash and over $500,000 in credit card debt. I'm sad to hear that Priscilla is fighting her granddaughter over control of the trust, because it's unclear to me that if this is Priscilla wanting to take care of her granddaughter or potentially wanting to gain anything from the trust itself. It doesn't seem like she is a beneficiary of the trust. You can be both a trustee and a beneficiary like Riley, but it's unclear why Priscilla is doing this. Perhaps she wants control over the trust because that's what she believes Lisa Marie wanted, but the courts tend to take the position that they like to honor the last wishes of the trust owner, and especially if this was their last wish, that Lisa Marie wanted her daughter Riley to be the trustee and take care of her half sisters. Priscilla has claimed that the signature on the document does not look like it is Lisa Marie's signature, so this will have to go to court and be determined by a judge or jury as to what happened and with that amendment. I will keep you guys updated as to what happens in court, because it is always interesting as an attorney in Hollywood to see family members sue each other in court rather than settle it out of court. I almost wonder if Priscilla is doing this to get press. I mean, she could have very easily just gone to her granddaughter and tried to settle this. Perhaps Riley was unwilling to engage her grandmother. She seems to have been the peacemaker between her mother and grandmother through the years. I'll keep you guys updated as to what happens, and I will see you guys soon. This is Tyler, the Hollywood Attorney. If you have found my video to be helpful or you learned something, please consider subscribing, because it really does help my new channel and it informs YouTube's algorithm. Remember, we are born perfect and we forget. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.